Sometimes the best bike tool in the world is the one you have with you. I'm talking, of course, about a compact multi-tool. When you're sitting trailside with a mechanical problem, having one will usually be your best chance at riding home instead of walking. Generally, the discipline of riding you take part in will help you narrow down what tool is best for you. To make things simple today, we'll be talking about tools that are good for mountain biking. Here we have 3 tools ranging from $13 to $50. They all have metric Allen keys, various bits, spoke wrenches, and a chain breaker. So why the huge disparity in price? Let's take a closer look. Our $13 budget multi-tool is made by EyezOff. That's a fitting name for the ugliest multi-tool in the world. One feature it does have over the other two is a set of built-in tire levers, but I'm not sure how useful they are. Most mountain bike tires come off without levers, and for the ones that don't, would you use these blunt metal levers on your rim? To me, these are dead weight, except for the one that doubles as a handle for the chain breaker. Another thing I'm not crazy about is that the 8mm Allen key is a detachable bit. This means you need to remove it to access the 6mm. In other words, it's going to get lost. The chain tool has plenty of leverage thanks to the tire lever, and it does work smoothly. If you go too far, it'll push the pin all the way out though. It also won't work for 11-speed chains, but that's pretty normal at this price. Despite these shortcomings, the EyezOff is solid and ergonomical. At $13, we can overlook its imperfections and safely say it's sufficient for a casual rider or a beginner. If it gets lost, you won't be too bummed out. Next, we have a fairly expensive tool made by Lezyne. At $50, the Lezyne Stainless 20 seems hard to justify, but let's take a closer look at what an extra $37 gets you. First off, this thing looks freaking awesome. The tools are stainless steel, the handle is high-grade aluminum, and everything has a nice bright finish. For such a big tool, it weighs close to nothing too, at 160 grams. Not that I'm a weight weenie, but with all the camera equipment I carry, things are starting to add up. For the sake of comparison, the much smaller EyezOff weighs way more at 210 grams. As you might imagine, the chain tool is 11-speed compatible. In my test, it works smoothly and easily for a few different chains. The Allen key set is very complete, and there's even a built-in 8mm that won't get lost. Here, we even have a disc brake wedge and 2 wrenches for 8 and 10mm bolts. Everything moves smoothly, including the knife, which is a rarity on bike multi-tools. It looks like you could use this blade for a trailside appendectomy. Although knives are useful for a number of things, this one scares the crap out of me. It's attached to the tool like it's another Allen key, waiting to slice your finger off. So despite the scary knife, our Lezyne Stainless 20 is super light, very well equipped, and sweet looking. Worth $50? I think so, considering it has all of the tools shown here in high-grade steel. But keep in mind that it's not very compact and has a lot of stuff you may not need. Let's take a look at the tried and true Crankbrothers Multi 17, which is $20. Crankbrothers makes a few other versions of this as well as some new multi-tools that have mixed reviews. But there are very few multi-tools out there with as good a track record as this one right here. As you can see, it's more compact than the Lezyne, and actually it weighs the same 160 grams. It does have a built-in 8mm as well as a T25 for disc brakes. The chain breaker is not listed as 11-speed compatible, but I was able to make it work in a pinch. While it's not as refined as the Lezyne, the steel is high quality, and the parts operate smoothly. If you don't need a scary knife or an 11-speed chain tool, you could have 2 of these bad boys for the cost of one Lezyne Stainless 20. I chose these 3 tools as examples for our discussion, not necessarily as recommendations. I wanted to give beginners a critical look at a few different tools, just as a sort of crash course. Chances are, a multi-tool may be your first and only bike tool until you build up a collection. Based on our discussion today, I'd say the sweet spot for most riders would be something like the Crankbrothers. So, which one will be my daily carry? It'll be the Lezyne. But about that. I actually ordered the $30 Lezyne CRV12, but they must have mixed up the inventory and sent me the Stainless 20. This is definitely the first time Amazon gave me something nicer by mistake. I actually did call them and they gave me the option of exchanging it for the right one. I decided to pass on that and keep this beast. So I'm free and clear now with what I consider to be an excessively nice tool. Thanks for riding with me today, and I'll see you next time.